Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Can you guys hear me okay? Is my mic okay? That was lovely of me to just, you know, start like talking with no mic in front of me. Anyways, guys, we're going to talk about some stuff. And when I asked what this conversation was going to be, what I heard is you are at the turning point. It's about to be time to celebrate. I also want to share something absolutely powerful, amazing, and just all right. Let me just pull a couple cards, catch a deep breath. You guys know that we as a community have been going through something for the past year, right? We as a community and me as an individual, as a private person, have been going through something pretty intense for, I would say, about a year and a half at this point. And hey, El Sexy, I got news today. I got news today that I want to share with our entire community. And I'll definitely repeat this news for anyone who's coming in later on in the video. You guys. I got a message from my legal team. I got a message from my legal team this morning. We got a conviction. The individual that has threatened my life, the life of my children, my husband, community members, the individual who has disrupted intentionally our community for God knows how long at this point. We got multiple convictions. The best part, and this is my perception, okay? In their effort to try and evade the financial compensation that I rightfully deserve and will be awarded by the court, they've chosen to go behind the shield of insolvency, I guess. I don't know. And because of that, the fees and fines and everything, in lieu of a fee, they're going into alternative custody. Yeah. Do you guys know what that means? I think that means someone's going to jail. And our community is finally safe. Our global community is finally safe. Yeah. And this could not have happened without your guys' support. I would rather he sit than pay as well. I definitely would rather that. And to recoup, it's a ridiculous amount. It's a ridiculous amount that came out of my personal pocket. to recoup that and to celebrate, you guys. Enjoy 50% off my entire fucking website until June 3rd. Enjoy 50% off everything. There's my website for Emmy Evolving, and here's another 50% off of my entire academy. Not the membership, but whatever events, certification program, even level 2 for those who have already certified, 50% off. Go ham. Go fucking ham. Let's celebrate. There's no need for any type of code. It will automatically come off my website. Go ham. Let's celebrate all of this. Let's celebrate all of this. And maybe I can start putting aside something for our sanctuary. It's still going to be built. It's still going to be built. I don't care if he's not going to pay or no, it's still going to be built because what we are doing, he is irrelevant. And he has gotten what he worked so hard to earn, which is alternative custody. I just wanted to share the good news with you guys. It's a turning point. And as you probably already know, things happen to me in advance of when it's going to happen for our community. Do you know what that means? Sometime very soon, between 3 weeks to 3 months, whatever you are struggling through, whatever has tapped you dry, whatever has been trying to break you, your finances, your spirit, your mind, everything, it's going to be turned around. It's going to come to a close, and you're going to have the opportunity to do something powerful for yourself. We are at the turning point as individuals and as a community. Let's see what that means for all of us. All right. So you were in a very cold space. Let me get this off the screen. You were in a very cold space for a very long time. This prolonged period where you've had to exist in an extremely inhospitable environment, something that tried to destroy you with a coldness, right? With a cold, harsh environment. You kept on. This is acknowledging what you have been through, what you continue to go through. Things were hidden. Things were hidden. You even hid from yourself your personal power and how you can overcome pretty much everything. Because guess what? Look at your life. And some of you will be like, Emmy, I've lived a really traumatic life. Yeah, you've been traumatized. I get it. I get it. But you've also overcome. You're still here. And those who are not ready to move past the traumas of their life, they are not drawn to me. They are not people who will be here and remain part of our community. They are people who will be like, you know what? This is too much. This girl is too much. She holds me accountable for everything in my life. I'm not ready for that. And they go away. And that's okay. They're still valid in their journey. But you who remain here, seeking more opportunities to be supported in your process of self-empowerment, you're ready. You've been through everything you need to be going through in order for this next part to happen. What's the next part? To contain the threat to your health, the threat to your safety, the threat to the incoming abundance that you have worked for. There's nothing that's going to just be given to you. But guess what, guys? Everything that you are working for, you will get. Keep working for it. Keep pushing. Keep going. These little hiccups, these little speed bumps, these little irrelevant, undescended testicle piece of crap things. I don't even want to call them people. They are things. They are the tools that your soul uses to accrue enough energy to push you through to the other side. And You are right there. You are at the threshold. This is happening for you. This is happening for you. What's happening for you? Well, I tell you, all the dirt's being cleared away. All the dust, all the dirt, all the yuckity yuck, 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 yuck. It's being cleared away. It's being swept away by soul. It's being swept away by soul. This is not something you need to initiate. You need to just keep focusing on what your objective is. What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to find your purpose? Or are you aware to some degree what that purpose is? And now you're trying to bring that purpose into full fruition. I mean, if you know what your purpose is, pursue it with passion. Go all the way. Take it all the way. Allow yourself to really be open to receiving. And you might be like, receiving what? Healing. Allow yourself to heal from all of the disappointment, all of the hurt, all of the sense of betrayal that you've experienced time and time and time again. No more. You're at the turning point. You're right there. You're at the turning point. Things are about to change. Life has a desire to become beautiful again. Let it. Let it. Let yourself experience the beauty that life has set aside for you. Allow yourself to finally receive whatever moment of peace you need so that you can see clearly how much life has been fighting for you. Right? I think for many of us, we think life has been fighting us. And is that true? Has life been fighting us, or have we been fighting ourselves? Have we been allowing ourselves to get too much in our heads and get to a point where, you know, we feel like we've kind of been abandoned? We feel like no one understands what we're going through. We feel like it's unfair because what did we ever do to receive this, to deserve this, and I look back at my life and it's like, what have I ever done to other people to deserve this type of thing? Well, nothing I've ever done has been intentionally malignant towards other people. Nothing. So why has all of this happened? I tell you why. Because although I've never been malignant towards other people, I've been malignant towards myself. Not only did I allow these questionable, immoral, unethical, ugly people to do the things that they did, I invited them into my life. At some point, I invited these people into my life because at the point where I invited them, I was seeking to be treated poorly because that's what I felt I deserved. And once you become aware that that was the part you played in co-creating whatever you're struggling through right now, don't just stop there. No, take it to the next part. And the next part is never allowing yourself to revert back to the version of you that welcomed that type of bullshit into your life. So it's this question with the way this case has gone. It's this question of what if after alternative custody, this individual continues? No, there's no room for that. Oh, fuck no, there's no room for that. Absolutely not. There are court orders already in place that have been ruled in my favor to prevent contact, to disallow any type of contact. And I mean, you want more jail time? Go ahead. I don't give a shit. I will not allow any more. There will be no patience. There will be no mercy. I will continue to report everything. I don't give a shit how much I have to spend. There is no room in my life to repeat any of that. And I say that with conviction, with passion. I will not allow anything else. And that's how I know it won't continue. Because I won't allow it. The version of me that allowed, that was quiet and patient. No. She won't allow that either. Not with that person or any other person, because the reality is this. For my turning point, it requires me to be much more publicly visible. And I will continue to draw people to me because of who I am. And who am I? Just a girl being herself. That's all I am. I'm just a girl being herself. And because of my authenticity, it draws people in. Good people and questionable people. And as part of the way my energy works, people get obsessed with me sometimes. Hey, I'm not going to be patient this time. There are very clearly defined boundaries that no one will cross. There will be ramifications. I will not allow any more. I am not the same person that I was when I allowed those types of things because I thought I was being kind. I thought I was being compassionate. No, I was being an enabler of some type without realizing that's what I was doing. I've learned the lesson. I've learned it well. I will not repeat that class again. Say that with me. I've learned the lesson. I've learned it well. I will not repeat that class again. I have learned the lesson. I have learned it well. I will not repeat that class again. People will try, but that doesn't matter. It will not work because I won't react in the same way I did before. It does not matter. There is no space for any of that in my life anymore. You can say whatever you want to say. You can make all the declarations you want. You are at a turning point. If you continue to leave spaces, pockets of self-rejection in you, there will be those who will recognize that and try and occupy those spaces. And you will continue to repeat the same cycles. Celebrate how everything you've been through has changed you into the person you need to be to enforce the boundaries that you have now established. And that is a reason to celebrate. The time to do this is now. It's time. It's time for you to get to a space within yourself where you're like, I know what I deserve. I know what I deserve. It's not that. So I'm not accepting that. I'm not settling. I'm not willing. You're not going to convince me. I don't care what you say. I don't care how it makes you feel that I've changed. Because why? Because it's no longer convenient for them to take advantage of your kindness. The world is not a bad place if we put the bad people in their proper place, which is where? Not part of your life. That's where. The world is not a bad place as long as you don't allow the bad apples into your wheelbarrow. No, I'm good. I'm good. There is nothing I'm going to lose. Why? Because anything that falls away from me was not meant for me, was not healthy for me. Anything that falls away from you, whether it's a relationship, a friendship, a job, an opportunity, it was not meant for you. Allow yourself to change. You need to. Because the version of you that allowed for whatever hardship you went through, that version of you needs to be allowed to just, go lay down and take a nap. have a little snack first, go take a nap, and stay in the background. Your job here is done. That version of you, you need to tell it, you've done enough, my dear. Someone else is now taking the wheel. I've changed a lot in the past year, and I'm very happy about the changes. There will be those who will be unhappy. There will be those who will not agree, who will not understand, who will not give me permission. I don't give a fuck. You are free to go watch someone else. That's okay. I'm not offended. Our paths have diverged. I'm no longer the person that you want me to be. And that is for my own health and well being. So you can go ahead and follow someone who, I don't know, is like that. That's okay. I respect that decision. That's a very sovereign thing to do, to make decisions for yourself. But for those of you who realize why these changes within me are necessary and are a reflection of the process that I've been going through, because guess what? You've been going through a similar process. Maybe the details are slightly different, but you've been learning and growing yourself, just as I have. For all of you, I so deeply appreciate you. I so deeply appreciate you. I appreciate the way you've held space for me. And not just given me permission, but have encouraged me to continue in my growth. I appreciate you so deeply. You've played a major role in my development and what I'm choosing to do as I've now reached a turning point. And I hope that I've been able to do the same for you. And that now that you're reaching your turning point, you can begin to make choices that are of the utmost benefit for your health, your healing, and your mountain climbing to the very top. You deserve to be at the top, right beside me. Our entire community deserves to reach the top so we can see how far we've come. Not to be above everyone else, but so we can see and begin to quantify the life that we have lived, how hard we climbed, how far we went, and the ways in which we never gave up on ourselves. Oof. I love that. I love that. Mm. Oh, I love that for all of us. Like so deeply. There's no point in reaching the top if you're the only one that's there. And knowing there's an entire community going through this journey with me, this process of growth, expansion, elevation, it makes it worth it. It makes it worth it. That everything that we have gone through together, it has a meaning and a purpose so profound that the reverberations of what we accomplish, what we as a community set our minds to, the reverberations will be felt through all of creation. Whether that was our intention or not, the reverberations will be felt through all of creation. And that we are so instrumental in changing the way the world functions. Consistency in reverse. We've been consistent for each other, but we have not been consistent for ourselves. It's time for us to choose to be consistent for ourselves, consistently choosing ourselves, consistently protecting our peace, consistently cultivating the space that we occupy so that our boundaries are respected. That's important. You're important. This turning point, I hope whatever you choose to do will give you reason to celebrate and cause to smile for a long time. Do me a favor. If it's safe for you to do so, I want us to make a declaration together. All you have to do is breathe very deep and very slow. Close your eyes and repeat what I'm saying if it resonates. You could repeat it out loud or silently to yourself. But I want you to truly feel what you're saying. I want everything that's been set aside for me. I want everything to come home to me that is for me. Whatever Creator set aside for me, I make room for it in my life, in my energetic field. I accept that I am worthy to receive it now and for the rest of my life. I am worthy. And I will continue to work to remain worthy of everything that creation has set aside for me. And allow yourself to feel that. Allow yourself to truly understand what you are choosing. So much has been set aside for each of us. So much goodness, so much love, so much community, camaraderie, healing, growth, so much. And many of us have been feeling like we've been doing this alone. We're all alone right now. No one understands. No, you're not alone. You are going through something intense, seemingly alone, because you cannot be distracted by anything right now. And when it becomes too much to bear, those who have promised to support you and hold space for you, they'll reach out. Let them know what you're going through. Share with them. Their shoulders are custom created to help carry some of that load. Not indefinitely, of course, but so you can catch your breath, so you can have a little rest. Let the people who love you with no ulterior motives, let them love you. Let them be there for you. You don't have to go on a live stream and proclaim that you've been hurting and struggling. And you don't need to do all that. I mean, unless you want to, unless you feel called to, then do it. But those couple people, maybe even just one person who you know just loves you unconditionally, does not want anything from you, never holds it over your head. Maybe when they ask if you're okay, because they can tell you're not, maybe just be honest this time. Reach that turning point so that you can get confirmation of how loved and supported you actually are. You need to let yourself heal at least a little bit so that you can properly receive what's coming your way already. For many of us, we're so reactive to the prospect of receiving, to the prospect of being loved in a healthy way. We are like, no, that's not safe. People who say they love me in the past have hurt me. Those are people who didn't love you. Learn the difference. Learn the difference. Separate the two. There are people who claim to love you, but what they mean is they love the benefits of having access to you. I've met quite a few people like that. They are not the representatives of the entirety of the people who say they love me. There's a whole nother group of people who love me just because they see the reality and truth of me, that I am an authentic person. And because they witness me being myself, they love me, not a caricature, not a public figure. They love me, the human being. And I will not punish those people who genuinely love me with nothing planned in the background, because there were a handful of people who said they love me but didn't finish the statement. They love me because of what they get from me. And that's okay. I'm not going to villainize them either. But I definitely know the difference between the two now. And knowing the difference between the two really frees you to allow yourself to receive the love from the people who genuinely just love you as a whole statement. I love you. Not what I can get from you, not for how you make me feel, but I see you and I love you. And when you can do that, this turning point becomes something completely life altering. Completely life altering. You will become much more efficient in the way you shift through your life. And that's what you really need right now, to shift, to allow yourself to dance without being super stiff from fear, right? Fear of the rug being pulled out from under you. You know why you're afraid? So most of my life, I've had bad knees. And up until maybe a year ago, I didn't quite understand. I wasn't ready to understand why my knees are as weak and destabilized as they've been my whole life. Injuries, muscle weakness, muscle imbalance, all kind of different things, right? Overactive, underactive, all sorts of different things. And as I've taken the time to do the work to strengthen my knees, my perception has changed. Once upon a time, if you put me on an unstable surface, my legs will tense up really bad and I will have so much fear that if I lose my balance, I will tear a ligament in my knee. Such a pronounced, debilitating fear. You put me on one of those kids' scooters. Oh no. A lot of shaking, a lot of tense, a lot of just yuck. You put me on a longboard, same thing. You put me on a regular size skateboard, same thing. You put me on a snowboard, same thing. You put me on skis, same thing. Just me, super tense, waiting to be injured irreparably. And that fear is what made the experience even more fearful. And now I'm like, shit, let me try. And I realized I'm no longer afraid of a rug being pulled out from under me because I'm fucking strong. I'm strong as fuck. And not just how much I can lift, but the stability I've created within myself, in my joints, in my body, in my mind, in my heart, in my journey, in my soul, in every single aspect of me. The other day, I had a fairly thick resistance band that was hanging from a pole. It was the bar for the Smith machine. I had it all the way up and I was using that resistance band. I put my foot in it and I was going to use it to assist me doing pull-ups, full body weight pull-ups with an assistance band, right? And I don't know what happened. I don't know. I wasn't fully present. It was a few weeks back. I wasn't fully present and I didn't have my knee properly locked so that the band wouldn't snap back up. And my God, the band snapped back up. And normally, I would have hyperextended my knee, micro teared my ligaments, been fucking disabled for a couple weeks. I had no knee brace on because I was doing pull-ups. And that would have just been, yeah, that would have been fucked up. Really fucked up. Really fucked up. And you know what happened? I was astonished. Before I even knew what was going on, my body was like, no, boo, we're not getting hurt today. The band flipped up and my knee immediately protected itself, no pain. And I was like waiting. I grabbed my knee and I was waiting for the pain. I was waiting for my body to register injury. I was waiting for like 2 minutes. And it got to a point where I felt stupid. Like, what am I doing? Just grabbing my knee. What am I doing? Guess what? I didn't injure myself. Why? Because I've become a lot stronger than I've given myself credit for. You know how I got there? Through so much pain, so much sacrifice, so much commitment. To what? To me. The amount I lift is not easy. And it's taken me a long time to get to this strength. This is not the end. I'm going to be even stronger. And I'm going to lift more. And I'm going to shape and mold myself and my body in the way I choose. Because why? Because no limits apply to me unless I believe it wholeheartedly. I will not be injured. Why? Because I will listen to my body with compassion and temper my drive with that compassion. I will not allow myself to be injured. I will make sure everything I do is done with proper form, proper presence, and that extends beyond the gym. That extends to every single aspect of my life. Because guess what? I've reached a turning point. I will not go back to that place. It took a long time to instill this degree of priority in me. It's been a 2-year commitment at this point. My priority will always be my health and my strength. I understand now what I'm doing. It's not for a competition. I will do a competition, but it's not for a competition. I'm building the foundation to be as strong as I possibly can be for the rest of my life. Past the age of 50, you'll begin to lose muscle mass. About 10% every year you will lose, not me. Why? You don't lose what you continue to use, what you continue to feed. And I will grow myself in ways where even if I lose 10%, no biggie. I'm still going to be fit. I'm still going to be strong in every single aspect of my life. It's time for you to use this turning point to make those type of choices for yourself. These are conscious decisions that are being made. They're not just some realization. No, these are conscious decisions being made. And if you don't live your life making these conscious decisions, you know what happens? Other people make decisions about you for you. And it's not always in your benefit. It's not always in your best interest. Honestly, most times, the decisions that others make for you about you and your life, it's based on what they want, what's convenient for them, what benefits them the most. If you're done living like that, then you need to stop living like that. You're at a turning point. You are now being authorized to choose differently. And the people who want you stuck in that same space, they will be upset. Let them be upset. A different version of them needs to erupt from their current version in order to remain in proximity to you, in order to maintain their access to you. Your priorities and your boundaries are being shifted intentionally. Absolutely shift it intentionally. I got to get going. I have sessions starting. All right, guys, here we go. So for those who are just tuning in, quick update. I am choosing to celebrate with all of you the conclusion of the criminal case that was filed against my stalker. No, not my stalker, the stalker. I'm not taking any ownership over some undescended testicle piece of caca. Yeah, no, the stalker. For those who were not here at the very beginning, the criminal case is now concluded. And sharing this update, there have been multiple convictions ruled in my favor. So justice is being served due to whatever circumstance they've presented. In lieu of paying a fee, they're going to be taken into alternative custody. And this is being shared because this situation has greatly affected our community. And you guys need to know that the resolution is now here. So, how am I celebrating? Everything on my website, 50% off. There's the Emmy Evolving, in case you want private session. 50% off my virtual university as well. If you want to, the only thing that's not 50% off is the membership, because that can't be done 50% off. But everything else, any workshop I have, my certification program, even for my students who have already earned level 1 certification, if you're wanting to now take level 2, 50% off that. It's automatic. You don't need any code, no nothing, just 50% off, 50% off crystals, my apothecary, the whole fucking thing, 50% off. Absolutely. I am now at a point where I want to just celebrate everything, everything, everything. I want to be immersed in the time with my community. I want you guys to have the full benefit. Whatever sessions you were trying to, 50% off. It's automatic. And this discount will be active until the window closes on June 3rd. We are in a space of tremendous manifestation potentiality. That window closes June 3rd. Make it happen for yourself. Make it happen. You have how many days left? You're going to make it happen. Why? Because you're going to choose to. That's why. And these discounts, you message us because you need a payment plan, discount is applied automatically on that payment plan. It's not going to change in price because you need to take a little bit longer. No. My husband's going to kill me. He'll resuscitate me though, because he loves me. No, I'm serious. You need a payment plan? You just message. You tell us exactly what you want, and my husband will apply whatever discount is running on our website. And this is for all payment plans. So if you want to do payment plan for something, you go ahead. You go right ahead. And that discount will be applicable until that balance is paid in full. It does not change. Whatever amount is entered when you initiate a payment plan, even if it's 75% off, which is not, before someone says, Emmy said 70, because my husband will absolutely kill me. Yeah, you can absolutely message and be like, hey, I'd like this, this, and this. My husband will send you the invoice. The price stays the same. Doesn't matter if you need a month, 2 months, 3 months to pay it off. It stays the same. So benefit from this, you guys. Benefit. And we don't have any minimum payments per month. So whatever you feel you can do, that's what you do. You're scheduled once it's paid in full. You want that scheduled sooner, then you pay sooner. You have the luxury of waiting a little bit. Okay. Take care of what you need to take care of in your personal life and make payments as you can. That's how our payment plans work. We're all about working with you, but you just have to message us. You can't trigger it on the website because then that would be crazy for my husband to figure out. It would be very crazy for him. So I got to get going, guys. I love y'all so much. Thank you again for all the ways in which you have supported me, held space, encouraged me, empowered me, and shielded me from so much that's gone on beyond just this past year and a half with the legalities of the cockiness. You've done this the entire time. You've been a part of my life, and I'm very grateful for all of you. I can't cry right now. I got a session. I gotta go, guys. I love you. Please give this video a thumbs up. Later on, I'll be live on TikTok, possibly. Possibly. Go follow me there. Find me on TikTok. Follow me there. My account, there's only one real account, and I follow only 111 people. Any other accounts, more than 111 followers, that's not me. Don't give them your info.